So I'm excited for tonight's show that materialized out of nothing. Actually, my car ride home from work is how this came about. But, ladies and gentlemen, you see what it is, a full screen of excellence. As you see, the dynamic duo of Black and Mac is now the I was gonna do something for a quartet, but I got nothing. Quintessential quartet.
I like
Okay.
it.
Sure.
Yeah. So it is
We'll go
the
with that.
kings of Friday night live streaming and the queens of nerdom, the kings and queens over here. You see what we did? Yes.
I like that. All
I
right.
made it
I like
work.
that. I like it.
And this show, ladies and gentlemen.
Trademark that before someone takes it.
Yeah, well, I'm getting on it. Let me dabble on that's the keyboard. Copyright.com.
Doesn't even hear like clicking of keys.
Okay, hold on. Copyright.com. We got it. It's in the bag. Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves. This will be a very entertaining show. As the season 4 finale of the Smoke Pit, we decided to take it back to day one with some of our day ones here. Tay and Jen, co-founders of the Queens of Nerdom over here on DFPN. And we pretty much want to present this question to you guys, kind of a two-part. Who is the worst Avenger? And then we will come back and debate who is the best Avenger. Needless to say, everybody has different opinions, which makes the show great. And we will get into that as episode 123 of the Smoke Pit, season 4 finale starts right now.
Welcome to the Smoke Pit. It's Friday night, come and take a load off. Come sit in the Smoke Pit, it's time for us to show off. It's been a long week, come relaxing, get some laughs in, and let's talk about these brackets. And while we at it, tell me whose man's is this? Cause I got questions, I'm hoping you can answer it. Get ready, cause you know we gon' talk a lot of shit. It's Mac and Mac, welcome to the Smoke Pit.
Yep. Y'all know what it is. Friday night, mood is right. The quintessential quartet of Black, Mac, Tay, and Jen gracing your screens for the season 4 finale of the Smoke Pit before we get into the holidays. And first of all, let me just say, welcome back to my partner in crime, Black Mac. It is good to have you back.
Yay!
It feels fucking great to be back.
And what a
I
great
missed you
episode
guys.
to come back
I
on.
missed you.
It's you, dear bro. What the same?
So
I just want to say,
if
y'all
you
got me
have-
out
Go
the
ahead,
bed for this one. So let's make this a good one.
ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, it will be.
you can thank me for my service. I caused this to happen.
Challenge accepted. You did. It was all Willie. He
People will
stirred
say-
the shit pot.
People will say I'm an
Stirring it.
instigator. I like to consider myself
You
a
are.
situation enhancer. I like to just enhance situations to get, conversation
This-
going.
The situation, if you will.
Situation enhancer, if you should. But if you do not know these lovely ladies to our left here, we'll start with Tay and then we'll go to Jen. Introduce yourselves and let them know who you are, what you do.
My name is Tay, and sorry, I was
By
like hearing like my name is Tay. Yeah, I like to do things. Yeah, my name is Tay,
Yeah.
and I'm musical, so you might get more song singing things here and there.
We're all for that.
It's true. All right. I'm Jen.
Yeah,
Or the other half of my name is Jen.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. The other half of the Queens of Nerdom. I am a book nerd by default, but a horror girl at heart.
Ooh.
So both of those together. Yeah, thus the horns here.
Ooh,
That's my
little
personality.
I
Maleficent
dig it.
action going there.
I dig it.
Hell yeah.
Cool,
She's fucking
cool.
awesome.
So, as we always do, I'll let you know right now if you're watching us on Patreon. Great job, clap, clap, clap. We appreciate you all. And if you're tuning in on Monday on YouTube or wherever you're streaming your podcast at, if you look in the description, you can see all our advertisements and whatnot. However, I want to get straight into this show. So here over on DFPN, a few of our shows, we like to do a little ceremonial shot before we get into the proceedings. Tonight I am finishing off my passion fruit flavored soju, and that will be chased by peach crown and gold peak sweet tea. What are you on,
Nice.
Tay?
I will be taking a shot of my second shot, rather,
Hey.
of vanilla crown,
Huh?
and then
I knew it.
with some more vanilla crown and what's else? The Coke vanilla Coke.
Ooh.
There you go.
So it's a vanilla kind of night.
Nice.
Yes,
I like
It
it.
is.
Jen.
Mine's I have the sliced apple Captain Morgan.
Ooh.
It's so good. Highly recommend it. And then I have my Bacardi tropical rum with some, I don't know, coconut flavored seltzered, not the asshole kind of tasting one, but the good seltzered water that you can actually drink. Not like
I just poured rum in a glass and put something else in here. It's just
Hey. I don't
Just
know.
fuck
Oh,
it.
man,
Just-
The point is, it has
It's
rum.
Friday.
It's been a week.
Whatever gets you there.
I love it.
Say it again.
And
Say it again.
our designated driver for tonight is Black down at the bottom. Tell him let everybody know what a responsible beverage you will be on tonight.
So this is my cup. It's filled with water and frozen water, and we'll be consuming this for the duration of the show.
Hey,
Normally, I would be on here having a shot with you guys, but my gallbladder has been removed, and I'm looking like Jon Snow right now, and I cannot have alcohol for the next week. So there's that.
it's cool.
We will drink for you. Don't worry.
Having your gallbladder removed is
It's not.
it's fun being an adult.
Yeah. Hey.
All right.
Oh no, hell no,
So, ladies and gentlemen,
hell no.
let us toast to the weekend to everybody who made it here. EJ in the comments, what's up, man? Appreciate you tuning in. Here's to everybody. Here's to
Welcome.
an amazing season 4 as we wrap it up on a high note, and to an amazing 2024. Salud.
Salud.
Hello.
Salud.
It is time, as Rafiki would say. It is time.
That went
So-
down smooth, guys. Just got to tell you.
Arabian Nights.
Rafiki was not in that movie. Multiverse. It's the multiverse. No, I'm playing. So,
Oh my God.
if you are new to the Smoke Pit, our origin story began when myself and Black came across a comment from one of our friends, Warren Cockrell. You may know him as Dub, Dub C, all of that good stuff. He asked, I don't think he asked, I think his thing was like, after watching the MCU, I feel like as if Doctor Strange is like the worst Avenger because of X, Y, and Z. And Black kind of echoed some of that stuff. So I'm going to allow Black to explain to you all his position on who is the worst Avenger. Kind of a recap, if you will. You can go back to the first episode and get spun up on that. Then I will explain my thoughts, and then we will let the queens give their thoughts and fully express, and then we'll kind of go back and forth and talk it out, if you will. So Black, if you will, enlighten the crowd on why you feel that Doctor Strange is the worst Avenger.
Well, I will start off by saying the guy is ultra powerful, right? Controls time, holder of one of the Infinity Stones, wears it, protects it. We saw him use this to pretty not defeat, but pretty much stave off one of the most powerful entities that we've seen in the MCU, and that is Dormammu. We've seen him accomplish some magical feats, right? Great guy. Here's my problem with Doctor Strange. He is ultra powerful. And with that said, he is able to look and see the outcomes of the battle. He looks at it, surveys it, and tells everybody, I've looked at over 14 million scenarios. And they're like, damn, why so many? And he's like, I only have one outcome out of these 14 million. And then there's the movies, right? Avengers, Infinity War, Avengers, Endgame. Those are the results of what he looked at in those 14 million, right? That one outcome is those movies. Mm-hmm. That's the timeline. These are some pretty fucking shitty outcomes out of this. We have douchebaggery by Peter Quill. We have
Bitch boy.
People trying to figure out how the fuck to go back in time. I know. They don't know the inside. That's why I'm calling him Peter Quill now. We have to establish this.
For now.
Yes.
We have the douchebaggery by Peter Quill. For now. We have the Thanos snapping everybody away, out of which he takes the time stone. Well, he doesn't take it. Doctor Strange gives it to him. That's mistake number 2 from him. He looked at all these and was like, all right, I got to give it to him. So he gives him the time stone, to which he goes and Wanda tries to save Vision, saves him by killing him. Thanos is not, fuck that. I got the time stone. Let's rewind this shit. He blockbustered this whole fucking scenario and took the shit for himself. Then he snapped off half of the fucking universe. Half the universe. To which 5 years goes by. People, the world is in shambles. They thought this shit would have worked. We go back to New York. It's looking like I Am Legend in that shit. People are fucked up. All right. Hulk has to snap everything back together. Tony Stark dies. And all of this is the result of Doctor Strange. Not to mention, this was supposed to right the wrongs. If you look at the state of the MCU right now, shit is even more fucked up. And it's his fault. This man is a menace. He is not a hero. He is the Jar Jar Binks of the fucking Avengers. He is clumsy. He's smart, but he's half-witted. Now, I can lay out a litany of charges against this man. For instance, one of my favorite Avengers fucks him completely up, and that's Peter Parker, using math. This motherfucker did an algebraic equation and fucked him up. And you know what Doctor Strange did? Fuck this little motherfucker, man. I'm about to rip the fucking hole into the multiverse and blame it on him. Fuck him. He got to go too. He too smart. This man consistently finds a way to get rid of all the smart people. In the snap, T'Challa, smart. Arguably the ruler of one of the most richest kingdoms in the world, gone. He planned this shit. Ladies and gentlemen, Doctor Strange is one of the worst Avengers, to the point where I'm actually thinking his whole mission is to kill them from the inside. And I yield my time.
I have a lot of counterpoints, but we'll wait till everybody gets their case out there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've been a member of the group or have been around us for the last 3 years, you already know where my mind is at. Star-Lord is by far the worst Avenger. And I will say that just because you've seen Infinity War, you saw the glove was damn near on the last fucking phalange of Thanos' fucking finger, right? And Peter Quill, everybody is focused on getting this glove off. Peter Quill wants to start trying to roast Thanos and ended up losing the roasting battle when real shit came out and decided to be a little bitch and throw a fit, right? I have plenty of counterpoints, and they have been well documented in a group chat that we have had. I have no problem playing those clips back to prove those points, but I will say this. One, the argument that people countered was that Peter Quill was not a Avenger, but he was a Guardian of the Galaxy. And I countered with, at the end of Endgame, when the greatest individual who ever walked the earth, Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, said the two most just empowering, just encouraging words: Avengers assemble. Did Peter Quill assemble? Yes or no? He did. So if the people who were to assemble were Avengers and he assembled, dare I not say, he considered himself an Avenger. So I throw him in the category of Avengers. And based on his bitch acidness on Titan, that caused the disappearance of half of life, yeah, I would say that is a pretty damned thing to do as a defender of the universe. At the time, a guardian of the galaxy, yet you let half the galaxies go away. Doesn't sound very guardian to me. So, I have counterpoints on that, but I will give the floor over to Tay, and she can give us her worst Avenger.
So, stop it. Okay, so I will cut you. I will like figure it out. I know I'm in Arizona.
Arizona.
Wow.
What?
It's like Narnia in Arizona put together.
I see.
There's a
Multiverse.
closet she can get me.
Too much vanilla.
Fuck that shit.
It's too much vanilla going on.
So I had to. I'm sorry, I had to. Okay.
All right. So anyway, so I don't really have a worse one other than what you guys have talked about. I do think that Hulk is his own atrocity in itself, and I don't know if that's because of the movies, or if it's just because of I don't know, the fact that he gets like stuck in his angry state, but he's always angry, and that's like a whole thing that like is whatever, but.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. So honestly, like, I see what your point is, Willie.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do also see that Strange, he does see into the future and he does see all the infinite possibilities, yet he time and time fucking again makes the wrong decision. You saw it in Spider-Man. Believe that was
Terrible.
No Way Home, right? I think that was that
Yep.
one. Yeah, where he was like, "Oh, well, this kid came to me off the streets of Manhattan to say, like, hey, man, like, I need everybody to forget that I'm Spider-Man," and he's just like, "Yeah, cool, I can do that." Like, doesn't think about the possibilities of what if what he's doing is wrong. And then completely like fucks everything away, and then you see the multiverse like starting to happen, and like all the threads happen, and like the universe literally crumbling. So I would have to side with Black on this one. I think that Strange is the worst of the two. But I do agree that Star-Lord is a bitch boy, and he doesn't deserve to be an Avenger because he only looks out for himself and whoever he's messing around with at the time. So
Agreed.
that's my piece.
Floor is
Jen.
yours, Jen.
Y'all aren't gonna like my opinion.
Oop.
Okay.
Say it.
So I think Tony Stark is actually the worst Avenger.
Ooh.
I hear divorce in your house.
Oof.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. I say this because in the end, he actually redeems himself because he played a part in creating the Avengers, correct? I would say Nick Fury had the idea. He and Tony Stark had the money, had the means, brought people together and whatnot. But ultimately, I think a lot of things that occurred in Civil War led up, had that division that started there. And I feel like if the Avengers weren't split in the meantime, I feel like his ego always got in the way of things. And I think that was part of the reason why Thanos was able to defeat him, because he thought, oh, I got my Iron Man suit. I can kick his ass. And he made Ultron. Thank you, Brian. And he made fucking Ultron. So again, another thing to add to the list. But the thing is, I feel like through like the Iron Man movies and like I see it through like the Avengers movies and Infinity War, I feel like among other characters, you see Tony lose that ego. He starts thinking about more stuff than just like, I'm this brilliant, billionaire, philanthropist, playboy person. And he, in the end, I think that's why it's so poetic when he finally like sacrifices himself. That's why in the end, I do think he would be worthy of picking up Mjolnir, but he had to do that sacrifice to get there. So that's why I think he is, because he split the Avengers. I get why he did that. I do. Like, fucking Winter Soldier killed my parents. Like, I'm going to be fucking pissed off, and Steve knew about it, but he split them up, and it made them weaker when that stuff, all that shit went down. Just my opinion.
So, real quick, just a clarifying question. Tony was the worst, yet he redeemed himself.
He did.
So, is there not a worse Avenger that did not redeem themselves?
You mean Peter?
Hey, we don't call him Peter. There's another
Star-Lord.
Peter.
We'll get to that when we get to the best Avengers. We'll explain why.
Star Chode.
So back to you, Black.
He never did.
Any counterpoints to any other person's? Apparently, it seems like two of you are in agreement with the Doctor Strange. Any counterpoints to the Peter Quill, which was my suggestion, or the Tony Stark, which was Jen's suggestion?
So I want to counter Tony's, because he did create Ultron, but he immediately knew that it was a mistake. Also, the reason he was creating Ultron was so he could build something that could protect everyone, because he knew what was coming. And that was his curse ultimately. He knew that there was life outside of Earth that had the capability to destroy Earth. And whether it's right or wrong, he took it upon himself to create something that would protect Earth. Was it a good idea? Looking back at what Ultron was, no. But he rectified it. So I wouldn't say he's the worst. I would say he's one of the best, but he's not. That's a tricky one. He's one of the best to me, but that's only because in the end he did redeem himself.
So,
to me,
to counter that point, Tony Stark created something that was about to end the world. Yet he is nowhere near the bottom of Avengers to you. He made a choice. He thought it was the best choice at the time to protect people and to save the world. And it fell flat, blew up in his face. Doctor Strange does the same thing.
Right.
Looks at 14 million things, finds the best outcome. He's like, this is what it's got to be. Yet he's the worst. They both made a mistake. They both did something they thought could save the world. One person actually was right and it did save the world. The other person was about to fuck everything up and not save the world. But the person that did save the world is the worst to
we
you.
don't necessarily see the blame placed on Doctor Strange for any of this shit. Why? Because
save the world
through some magic stroke of luck, it works.
Save the world.
It
twice,
works,
by the way.
but the way it works, I know, but the way it works was fucked up. It was fucked up. People had to die for it to work.
The person who saved the world twice is like the worst.
Billions had to die for this shit to work. Like billions of the universe.
I know.
Strange also didn't learn his lesson because he did it again.
Exactly.
He just does it again because he's selfish.
When did he do it again? When did he do it?
In Spider-Man.
So when he was doing it, he was doing it the right way. And then your boy, the second best Avenger, apparently according to some people, right? Kept saying, ooh, and do this. Ooh, and do this. Ooh, and he was like, yo, shut the fuck up, kid.
But he listened to him. That was his fault because he's like, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, no problem.
Right? And then as he was doing it, Spider-Man was like, oh, I'll take over from here because I know algebra, but I don't know sorcery. Right? And Spider-Man fucks the shit up. Right? One, I mean, he did a great job because Jamie Foxx had a hairline, right? He brought the hairline back for Jamie Foxx. Two, brought back two of the best villains that MCU has ever done, and Doc Ock and the Goblin, William Dafoe. Like, I know he's been in amazing movies, but him as Norman Osborn is just magnifique to me. Awesome. Jamie Foxx I can do without. I'm sorry, that's just me, right? But it's hard for me to say Tony was the worst, man, because like I understand Tony.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. A part of me gives him fucking whatever credit because his movie began the MCU and it was a solid ass intro solo movie. Robert Downey Jr. as to like I give him all passes as Tony Stark. Second, the relationship between him and Cap in the original Avengers, I think Cap brought that sacrifice part out of him when he said, you're not the guy that can make the play. You're not the guy that, you know, can give up and make the play to save the team type stuff. And at the time, Tony wasn't that dude. But throughout the movie, when he took the nuke up into space and to end the battle in New York and so forth, he started doing things to save the team. But then the Civil War happened, and I don't blame Tony for feeling the way he was. Like when you have a mom of a child that died because of some shit y'all did, you know.
Yeah, I get that.
You know, you feel away. So
for sure,
I'm not really putting the Civil War on that. And plus, you know, bro, your boy killed my parents. Yeah, we got to squabble. You know, hands got to be thrown. Nobody has to die, even though I'm trying to kill y'all. I'm shooting rockets and lasers at y'all. And y'all are just punching me. You know, y'all are just trying to knock me out. I'm trying to kill y'all, but I get the anger. You know what I'm saying? I get it.
Yeah.
But I can't put Tony in the field of the worst. I can't put Doctor Strange there because I mean, when you know, if he wasn't as annoying as he was in the first one, and annoying Dormammu to the point where it was like Dormammu was the dad and the kid was like, hey, look what I can do. Look what I can do. Look what you're just like, God damn it. All right, I'm out of here. You know, like, fuck it. Leave me the fuck alone. And Dormammu just
I love that skit.
Because Doctor Strange was Stewart from Mad TV. Like, like, I'm fucking out of here. You guys can have it. It's whatever it is, you know. And, you know, it's a weak way to win the war. Granted, you know, Doctor Strange is not my favorite movie. But you know, he saved the world twice, bro. Like Dormammu was about to really fuck up the world, and your boy saved it. So that gives him some
By
grace.
annoying him.
Hey, I don't care how you saved me, bro. I don't
Still
care
did it.
how you
He
saved
still
the
did it.
world. You saved me because these cats was
You
walking
said
around
bam, by any means necessary. I see it.
these cats was walking around with eyes on their head, and they was about to take over the world, bro. Like, please, I don't want that. How do we stop that? Second, and I'm gonna just throw this wild card in here. The original Sorceress Supreme. Do we not blame her for the wild shit that was happening in Doctor
Ooh,
Strange?
ooh.
You just
You're
throw
going
that on
back.
him? Even though
Oh.
she's not an Avenger.
No.
All right, cool. You know, that's a rabbit hole we're not going down. I'm just bringing that up.
She stayed in her lane.
Right.
She didn't interfere.
But she was fucking around with the dark arts and telling people not to fuck around with dark arts. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if we could
Yeah.
utilize the dark arts to help
Because
us
she
out,
knew.
you know, then let us dabble in the dark arts a little bit. You know, let us dabble.
But she knew what it was. She knew what it was going to be.
She knew the cost.
And then Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange saw her go through this and was like, "I'm gonna do it." Like, why are you gonna do it?
Also, are we not going to talk about Doctor Strange like throwing musical notes? Not going to talk about that scene.
Oh, we're not talking about silliness in defending the Earth. He stopped. Let's not act like if he did not come through and do what he had to do with Wanda, Wanda wasn't about to take over the fucking world. Chick was over there just destroying.
This man.
This chick was just destroying the Illuminati in a whole nother, like, without breaking a sweat. Like, what was we about to do with that shit? She showed up to the sorcerer's temple. They was just doing all this shit. She was like, "Stop it! What are you doing here?"
I don't even think she broke a sweat.
Not at all.
She's like,
I want my babies.
no.
I want my babies. Whoosh.
That's right.
Jesus Christ.
That's the Scarlet Witch Mama Bear form.
And let's not talk about this movie like it wasn't a great movie.
No, it was. I'm not
awesome
saying
movie.
that it was a bad movie. I was just saying that was a silly scene.
All right. But I will say this. I'm the only one up here thinking Star-Lord. Like, I need people to tell me why I'm wrong in my assumption that Star-Lord is the worst. Tay, I want you to with telling me why Star-Lord is not the worst Avenger to you.
So, have you never been in a
I mean, you pretty much laid it out, though.
Where, like, your emotions have ever gotten the best of you? Like, ever in your life? Never. Never in your life have you ever had that happen to you.
What was
Never
at
have
stake?
I ever.
No, you know what? I'll
Your
answer.
career? I don't know. Like,
I have been in scenarios where my emotions have gotten the best of me. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so this was the time that people deal with things in different ways. So he dealt with it in the way that he decided was best, and he realized that he done fucked up. He done fucked up, Aaron. So, like, I get it. I get it why he, like, what he did, and he only did it once. He realized that he did it and then didn't do it again. And that's why I'm saying that Strange is the worst of the worst Avenger, because he keeps doing it. He keeps trying to do what he thinks is best, and it's not, and he knows it's not, because he knows that you don't fuck with magic like that, and you're just like, yeah, I'm like this cool, like, all-powerful sorcerer, so I'm gonna do it. And he fucks around and finds out.
Well, you know what I think the difference is between Doctor Strange feels like he's doing the right thing, right? So does Tony, right? Star-Lord does not. Star-Lord is purely having an emotional reaction to his girlfriend that he hasn't even knocked boots with. He's all upset about it. So I'm like, I take Willie's side, because I'm like, I get the other people like feel like they're doing something for the greater good. They feel like, you know what? Not to cut you off, Tay. You said that. I was like, hold on with this guy. Let me make a point really quick. So they all feel like they're doing something. Like, I'm not gonna, touch a dark arts for this, but I might dab a little bit to help out with stuff. But Star-Lord's like, what? You killed a girl that I think kind of likes me? Like, she just said she loved me, and I've been, like, boning after her for, like, ever, and then you kill her? Dude, he is mad. Like, that's why I go to the theory that Star-Lord did not mature after he left Terran or Earth. Like, you can see it in the way that he acts in his movies. He slowly grows up
Mhm.
through, like, the Guardian of the Galaxy movies, but he very much acts like a child.
Mhm.
Like a almost like a 20-something-year-old child to me. Sorry.
Let me counter with,
That's my opinion.
do you think Thor matured? Because the interaction between Thor
Yeah.
and Star-Lord, throughout their interactions, they are both very childish.
Thor did it in one movie to me. You saw Thor acting like a huge brat in the first Thor movie, but from there he grew up. Like when his father banished him and took Mjolnir from him, he grew up on his time at Earth, in my opinion. And then once he became worthy again, I feel like he grew up a lot in that first movie. He continued to grow, but he had a lot of growing up to me in just one movie.
I thought he was very childish in
That's a fair point.
Ragnarok,
What?
as well as Love and Thunder.
Man, that's the director.
In Love and
My
Thunder,
director
I would
made that
say
shit
Star-Lord
so
probably looked
goofy.
more mature than Thor in Love and Thunder. Because
That's saying something.
yeah, so
You used too much power. You blew my clothes off. Too much power.
uh, so
Sorry.
I will say this. Back to your point, Tay, as far as emotions taking over. In my life, yes. But when I thought about what was at risk, I was like, it may be worth to let my emotions out now. In our discussion earlier tonight, offline, all of us, the fate of half of the fucking known universes are on the line. A plan comes through. The goal is to
Here we
take this
go.
gauntlet off of this dude. The plan is working.
Here we go.
The glove is about to come off. Everybody is actively fighting to get this glove off. Everybody except one person. Who is that person? Black, I'll let you answer. Who is that person?
That person was Star-Lord.
Okay. Star-Lord is watching the plan work beautifully. I bet if he just shut the fuck up and helped pull the glove, it probably would have came off. We don't know. This is hypothetical. What we do know is that everybody's working except him. He's just bragging about this was my plan. I did this, yada yada. Where's Gamora? Mantis is reading his mind. It's like he is super sad about some shit. And then your boy lets it out that Gamora is dead. You can't do anything about it.
Actually, it was Nebula.
As of now. I don't care. Fucking a dog said Gamora's dead. The fact is he finds out Gamora's dead. Right?
Astronaut dog.
Yes. As of now, nothing can bring her back. There is one thing that can bring her back, right? But in order to use the time stone to go back and do whatever, you have to take care of the threat that's in front of you that has been fucking punching holes in everybody. And this is your best chance to take the power from him. You just lose your shit and cause the plan that is working at the moment to no longer work because you're mad about the life of one person being taken. You allow the life of quadrillions of people to be taken, including your own, dumbass. Right? So I asked you earlier, as a former member of the armed forces, a proud veteran, served well. There are times when you are a soldier, you are in war. Your goal is to defend the people, guard the galaxy, be a guardian of the galaxy. of people, and your actions do the exact opposite, and you don't. Not only do you not guard them, you allow them to be obliterated into hookah ash, right?
Yikes.
Does that come into play? Just because his heart was broke, that allows him to do that for all those people to die?
Not saying that it allows him to
My
do that.
answer my answer would be in the terms that you put it, my answer would be no. There's no situation where that should be happening. But in this situation, yes, absolutely. Why? Is because it was planned to happen. It was planned, it was determined that this course of action had to happen. Now, from the instant that Doctor Strange looked at the possibility and said that was the possibility, everything after that moment is part of a timeline that he determined had to happen. It had to happen that way. So there's no getting out of his reaction. The counterpoint to your point is, as a member of the armed forces, if I were to make that mistake, right, I would expect some type of punishment. Everybody got obliterated. They came back and he was still a part of the team. Who knew that he was going to make that mistake? Doctor Strange. And what did Doctor Strange do? Nothing. The planning in this operation was done by Peter Quill. And if Doctor Strange looked at this possibility and said that was going to happen, why did he let Peter Quill plan that out and then execute it? And then why did he allow Peter Quill, Star-Lord, why did he allow that emotion to come out of him? Why did he not tell Nebula to shut the fuck up? Why did he not pre-warn everyone that Star-Lord was going to lose his emotion and someone needed to get him the fuck out of the situation because the fate of the fucking universe was at stake if they did not get this glove right then and there? The fault goes immediately to Doctor Strange.
I want to throw this one point in, then we'll turn it over to the queens. 14 million possibilities he looked at. This was the best outcome. What level of bitch acidness was Star-Lord and the other 13,999,999 where this was the appropriate level of bitch acidness in order for this to go down? Like, why is that not computing? Like, do you not think in those other possibilities he was like, do you think any other member who was on Titan fighting Thanos, any of those other possibilities, that anybody else besides Star-Lord was the wild card that was going to fuck everything up? I turn it over to.
Hold on, before y'all.
No. Let the queens, and then we'll come back to you because I want to hear.
Okay, go ahead.
Jen, do you want to go first? You want me to go? Okay. All right.
Go, boo boo.
All right. So, how do you know that these other 13,999 other possibilities that were out there, how do you know what they were? You're just trusting Strange that this is the best of the best. What if, like, he was the one that actually took the glove and snapped it and then everything was fine, or destroyed it or whatever, but he didn't want to die because he's a bitch? Cool. So that being said, like, what if? You never know, like, what the other realities are. And, like, you're just trusting his
That was going to
word.
be my point. Thank you,
Jen.
So, you know what kills me in the movies is that they never acknowledged what Peter did, or Quill, Star-Lord, Star-Chode, whatever. They never acknowledged what he did, right?
Mm-hmm.
They kind of did like, well, that happened. Or maybe like 5 years later, it's like one of those family secrets that you just kind of shove into the closet and you don't really talk about anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But
yep.
to me, I keep going back to the whole selfishness of the situation. You know, at least Doctor Strange gave you one possibility that in his mind. Now, I know he's not Sorcerer Supreme, but I know y'all gonna hate me, but I put Doctor Strange on a bit of a pedestal because he's a great character in the Marvel universe. Don't come at me, or you can.
Fuck that guy.
That's fine, but he has a more delicate knowledge of the universe. He saw all of these possibilities, and in his mind, this was the best one. No, he didn't tell Star-Lord what was going to happen, but maybe he needed Star-Lord to act that way. He knew he was going to act that way and towards Thanos. And Star-Lord was not, I'm going back to his maturity level. He was not mature enough to realize I kept referencing tonight on our chat where if you look at Spock in the Wrath of Khan, he sacrificed himself. He said one for the many. That is not what Star-Lord did. Star-Lord's like, fuck this. This guy just killed my girlfriend or my almost girlfriend. They didn't even knock boots yet. He just liked her a lot. And she's like, I love you. And then that was it. They weren't even married. They didn't have kids. And he still like went all in. Like, I'm with Willie. Like, that glove is like almost off. And, you know, you got Mantis like, oh, he's grieving. And then he's like, what? Punches him. Really?
Allow me
Really,
to make this
Star-Lord?
make sense for you. Let me put this into context because you guys gave me an assignment and I finished it.
Ooh.
So let me make this analogy. Star-Lord is Hogwarts. Doctor Strange is fucking Dumbledore. This motherfucker is all powerful and he let this shit fucking happen.
Sir. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna let the queens get you on this one, bro. I'm gonna just
What?
All fucking powerful. Why did you let this shit happen on your watch? Why?
There's a whole reason why
how it-
Dumbledore
This
did
is
what
madness.
he did, and we figured
All
that
this
out at
madness.
the
Why
end.
is
But
that
I,
happening on your
How is
watch?
that any? Go, Tay.
Nope.
Tay, I'm sorry. Go.
Nope,
Go.
nope. Dumbledore did what he did for a reason, and yes, I think that Dumbledore is also a bitch. Like I've said in the chat, like I don't like Dumbledore just because of how I feel like he definitely did put Harry out to be a lamb at the slaughter and just let that happen. Like, and then later on realized, oh yeah, cool. Like maybe Harry actually is a Horcrux, right? And maybe like now we actually have a reason to keep him alive. But before, like he was just like, we're just gonna keep Harry in this like kind of like place, and then we're just gonna build him up, and he's gonna defeat every single thing that is wrong with Hogwarts.
all right, Jen. You got something?
How is that any different from Gandalf? Okay. Gandalf has all of this power, and I know I've had people come at me that like, oh, there's only so much that he can intervene. Dude, I can't tell you how many D&D games I've played with a fucking suck-ass wizard, and you're like, bro, why don't you help us out? He's like, oh, no, I can't. Fuck that. I started being a magic player, and I started bringing the fucking pain because that's how it's done. If I'm going to be a magic user, you better believe I'm going to be throwing boosts out there and doing like area of effects and fucking shit up. I'm like, seriously?
So does this also go along with Star Wars and like Obi-Wan Kenobi and why he didn't tell Luke that like Darth Vader was actually his dad or
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes. We're doing a whole multiverse, y'all. It's coming from all angles.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Let me say this.
It's fucked up decisions that you know have to save everybody.
Mm-hmm. The reason I feel that no other Avenger would have made a mistake in the other possibilities is the level of maturity they were all at. In that particular one, I don't think there is a situation that could have arisen that would have stopped any of the other people on Titan fighting Thanos to change their priorities to themselves rather than saving the many. Because they were all down to do it. They were all down to save whatever. Like, I'm going to do it. Everybody's level of maturity, they were all team players. The only person that was not, who wanted the credit, who wanted the ego, who wanted all of that, was only one motherfucking person. And that was Star-Lord. I don't see any way that Thanos could have manipulated anybody else on that team to give in and not be a team player in that moment. Like, unless I'm wrong, unless you could think of a situation where somebody else could have lost their cool and gave up, but it seemed like everybody else was on the same page except one motherfucking dude with rocket boots.
So look
Well-
at what Eric says. Sorry, Caitlin, not to
No, go ahead.
cut you
Which
off.
one?
So look at what Eric says in the comments. He gets a lot of supporting comments towards Strange. So he's willing to sacrifice everybody except for Tony because he knows that Tony is going to have the ability to create the ability to travel back into time. He knew that if all of the Avengers died on Titan except for Tony, that's what he needed. I think sometimes I feel like when Strange says one, I think he means you, Tony. It's you. You have to survive, and you are the one that has to like kind of bring this to completion. And in my mind, that's kind of how
So,
I read it.
real quick, do you think if Strange told Tony off rip after he looked at all the possibilities, bro, for us to win, you got to die? Do you think at that moment Tony would have been cool with accepting that fate?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
What about
And I think that's why he looked at those possibilities, because he was trying to find one that Tony would actually ultimately, it would lead him down that path.
I feel like once Tony had a daughter, it changed. I think when you have a child and you want to make sure that world is a good place for them, and it takes you dying for it to be a better place, I think Tony had to get to that place to do it.
See what both of you are saying. However, he did look at Spider-Man, right? The real Peter Parker, as a son.
Mm-hmm.
He looked at him as a son, and he was willing to make that sacrifice of making sure that he was safe. So if Strange had told him, in my mind, if Strange had told Tony, like, hey, in order for Spider-Man to stay alive, like, you have to die, he would have been like, all right, shit hot, like, let's go. Because he took the suit away from him because he wanted him to grow as a Spider-Man, right?
Right.
It's my thought process.
I will say, I'm looking at these comments. I see a lot of people with valid points on why Strange did what he did. What I'm failing to see in the comments is supporting facts for one Star-Lord. I'm scrolling up. I'm looking, and
Emotional damage.
I see he's immature. Let it ride, but I'm not seeing like any real heavy supporting facts for I'm not saying that Black thinks Star-Lord is not an asshole. He's not saying
No, he's definitely an asshole. What I'm saying is it was planned for him to be a fucking asshole and fuck shit up. It was in the plans for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you probably could have did this another 13,999,999 times. I'm pretty sure him being a bitch is in almost all of those scenarios, because it has to be. It has to be. I'm not excusing his behavior at all. Right.
So,
I'm not excusing his behavior. What you did was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Star-Lord. It was dumb. It was dumb as fuck. In the moment, like, If it wasn't for the fact that this shit was planned out, absolutely, because he's number 2 in my book. The only thing that makes him number 2 is the fact that the shit was planned out for him.
Mm.
That's kind of like,
I will
you're dumb, but who let you do this shit?
I will say in the comments, somebody did bring up Vision as possibly being the worst Avenger. What do we feel about
Brian did, I think.
Brian brought that up. What do we think about that?
Mm-hmm.
He's on the list too. He's on the list too.
Did he give a reason why? What are your
He's a
reasons as
pacifist.
to?
I don't know. I asked him, and I don't think he responded. I was like,
I didn't see
I
the
don't know
response.
why. Yeah, I didn't see it.
Can we talk about how at the end of the Multiverse of Madness, you guys know who the chick was at the end? Played by Theron. That's Dormammu's daughter.
Yeah, it's his wife.
Yeah.
Oh, spoiler alert. I don't know if I
They have
just Wikipedia.
they eventually get married, right?
I think so. Which, kind of leads me to believe, does he end up using the dark energy like the previous Sorcerer Supreme or what? Because I know he ends up, granted, I haven't read those comics. I just kind of dabbled, but I just kind of wanted to throw that thought out there. Like, she actually goes to him for help.
Yeah,
she's
but
quite the little
in the comics,
badass herself.
So wait.
So in the comics, they end up getting married, and those twins that
Mhm.
you see Wanda with, those are actually his kids in the comics.
Mm.
So I don't know where they're gonna go with that, though.
So let me just say this. It is hard for me to say Vision is one of the worst when he can pick up Mjolnir. Because only like the truest and the purest of heart can pick that thing up. And Vision picked that motherfucker up and handed it to Thor like it was a fucking Nerf fucking hammer. And Thor was caught off guard.
He did.
He
did, but also,
Mhm.
Vision doesn't have a dick. And you spent this whole time
Doesn't
hiding.
Hey, don't tell Wanda that shit.
Was it built on him? Was it built on him?
Yes.
Don't
Absolutely.
tell Wanda that shit.
Total cod piece.
Do not tell Wanda he ain't got that thing on him.
He's
That was mind
anatomically
fucking.
correct.
Come on. That was mind fucking.
Wanda be like, hey, she was.
And he put it all on the
Did
line.
you not see what Wanda was willing to do to keep Vision around, my boy? We had plenty of episodes where you was talking about chicks being dickmatized. This chick created a whole fucking Nick at Night show. It was keeping the rest of the world out to keep this motherfucker around.
XXL.
Dick Van
That's all I
Syke.
have to say.
That was he didn't have a dick, bro.
I think that Eric actually brings up a great point that why I thought like Bruce Banner, like the Hulk, was one of the worser Avengers was because he is
Especially
when
when he fought the poodles with Bruce Banner.
So Bruce Banner is horribly selfish and really only does think about himself and only like relies on Black Widow to like say the sun is going down so he can like calm the fuck down, but like or getting real low or whatever the fuck she says,
Sun's
right?
getting
Like
real low, big guy.
yeah, that
Hello, big guy.
yeah. So
Albeit, I will say if Scarlett Johansson came up to me dressed as Black Widow, rubbing my palm, talking about sun's getting real, I'd melt too, motherfucking shit.
Yeah, you got
Sure
me.
is.
Sun's getting real low.
Let's go to bed.
Yeah,
But that tide is getting high.
go. Yes, it is. Oh. No, you're right. It is.
TT go night.
So let me let's flip it on its head, right?
Sleepy time
So
bubbles.
we all talked about the worst. I think we should bring up positivity and let's talk about who we feel the best Avenger is. And this time we'll start with the queens and we'll start with Jen, go to Tay, then me, then Black. So Jen, give us who you feel is the best Avenger.
Captain America.
Go on.
Captain America is the best Avenger. You know, I think it takes a really unique person to lead a team, especially the way he did. and kind of come to terms of all the things that happened in his storyline and then the Infinity War storyline, like having to fight against your friends and always doing what you felt like was right, and actually having to go against some of your family to do what you thought was right. I know that had to have been really hard on him to go against Tony, because I know that even though Tony was basically trying to kill him and kill his best friend, he still tried to do what he thought was right. Like, I don't think he was ever trying to hurt Tony. And you see his character kind of grow from this naive New York kid to like this grown man of like godlike proportions. You know, by the time you come to like the Infinity War saga, where I think I mentioned to you guys that even as powerful as Wanda and Vision, I mean, Wanda's crazy, so is Vision, but they are ultimately relieved when they see Cap show up in that train scene with Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive. They're just like, it's like, yeah, Cap's here. Cap's gonna save your ass. Wanna know why? Because he's fucking badass. I'm like, because he knows how to fight. He's got this amazing like strategy in battle. Like, it's just he's to me, he's the greatest Avenger, and he has such a pure heart, and that was the thing that never changed about him. He just wasn't as naive anymore as he grew.
All right,
That's my case.
this one's
All right.
good.
So,
Good.
Okay.
so all of the reasons literally why Jen literally just said Captain America, that he has a pure heart, that he looks out for people, he sacrifices his family and does what he thinks is for the greater good. Guess who else does that? Peter Parker. Peter Parker, I think, is the best Avenger. Or Avenger, as Willie says, because they're electric.
Vowels. Avenger.
You Avenger?
Avenger.
You Avenger. Avenger.
Avenger too.
Avenger.
But anyway, I think that, with great power comes great responsibility. As you hear time and time again in the Spider-Man universe, Peter Parker embodies that. And even at the latest movie that came out, and so everybody knew that he was Peter Parker. He shut that shit down. He used the other Spider-Mans that I thought was also really cool, that they brought them back, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, into the movie. And they all worked together, got them antidotes for the villains and got them to be better. And they went back to their timelines. And I think that and then he had Strange shut it all down. So then his friends even forgot who he was. So in essence, he was all alone. He didn't have Peggy Carter to go back to. He literally had nobody to go back to. He was all alone and would do it time and time again, because he has a heart of gold and because of who he is. That's why I think that he is the best Avenger.
Yeah, we were talking before, and I had Peter as the second best because of those things. And I think the No Way Home, how that ended, how he knew he had strong feelings for Mary Jane or Zendaya, which I too have strong feelings for Zendaya.
Who doesn't?
But to step back and to see
I get it.
the two friends that he was able to confide in, to let him know, hey, I'm Peter and Spider-Man, to have that relief, to be able to talk about his both sides of his life, to confide in, for that to be taken away, and now he is legitimately on his own. So he can't even talk to them as just Peter Parker. Hey, we go to school together. They don't know this motherfucker at all, and he is back by himself. I think the only person at the end of the movie that knows about him being Spider-Man is Doctor Strange at that time. So now him and Doctor Strange are like BFFs apparently, because Doctor Strange is the only person that he can talk to about, hey, I'm Spider-Man and Peter Parker. And all of that stuff you just said, losing everything, in the first movie, No Way Home, all the technology's taken away from him. So it's just his gut, his heart, and his will to do the right thing, to go up against Vulture, who had all the equipment, all the technology, and still come out on top. to prove himself to Tony Stark. And also, side note, I think Tony Stark took the suit away from him because he didn't want bad things to happen to him because he's just a kid.
Mhm.
So
Right.
he's just like, I'm gonna take the suit, go be regular ass kid. He wasn't expecting him to continue to try to be Spider-Man without the suit. The fact that he did that brought Tony Stark back. However, when you're talking about the person who embodies, like Jen said, what it means to be a hero, DC has Superman, who's truth, justice, in the American way, and the all-around good guy. I think the thing with Superman is he's just fucking overpowered. He does everything. Captain America, yeah, he has super soldier serum, but if he gets shot, like bullets ain't bouncing off of him. You know what I'm saying? Um, he's just a strong ass dude. Just he's stronger than your normal person. I don't know how much stronger, but um, he doesn't take that for granted. He's still, like Jen said, a tactician. He's battle tested, fought in multiple wars, and the thing about him, it was never a second thought to sacrifice himself to save somebody. And you see it in the first movie when he was just scrawny Steve Rogers. They tossed a grenade out there, everybody runs. He jumps on it and tells everybody get the fuck back. And that's when they were just like, this is the person we want to make the super soldier, the guy who embodies all of this stuff. Fast forward to not only Civil War, where he's standing up for the right thing, like, hey, we can't do that. Let's talk about Winter Soldier, when Nick Fury was blinded by, hey, we're going to send these helicarriers up, they're going to do our job for us and all this other stuff. And he's just like, bro, I don't like big government being the end all say all. And it was literally
I feel
it was
that.
literally Captain America, Black Widow, and Anthony Mackie saving the world.
On your left.
Saving the world. You know what I'm saying? It was literally them three against all of S.H.I.E.L.D. Second of all, and this is just guilty pleasure me, the elevator fight scene. Like it's like the confidence of this dude. Like he doesn't want to fuck anybody up. Who wants to get off this elevator before I go ham? Like, please get off here before I fuck y'all up. No, we'll fight you, and he fucks everybody up. But in game, that's all I'm gonna say. He is getting his shit pushed in. The big three of the Avengers: him, the god of fucking thunder, and the fucking billionaire playboy with all the tech, Tony Stark. Them motherfuckers get beat up. Thor is about to get cut in half by his own fucking axe. And you see Mjolnir rise up. Let me tell you, Mac, you are a wrestling fan. You know what it means when a crowd pops. I think everybody
Big pop.
here has saw Endgame, and when you see Thor about to die and Mjolnir just rises up, in the back of people's head, they're just like, is Thor calling Mjolnir? Like, is he like putting his hand out? And you just see the motherfucking hammer go back and come, bro. I'm getting emotional thinking about it right now.
Legend.
And it comes
shit.
back, and I'm just like, oh my god.
You saw it on opening day, right? So you saw like the whole
had-
theater just
Oh my
go,
god.
oh shit.
Man, ape shit.
Fucking
Yeah.
Ape shit.
yeah. Like the
Eric and I
fucking-
actually went to
Ooh,
the drive-in.
now.
Like Eric
The-
and I actually went to the drive-in to watch that.
Right.
Don't make fun of me. But everybody in their cars were like,
Bro, I
like
would have
losing
been
their
honking
shit.
the horn, flashing
Hell
lights,
yeah.
like
Get out the car, get
In
on
the
top
car.
of the hood.
In the
Motherfucker did it.
Bro. the
Sounded like
Pick up
Jim
all your-
Ross. Oh my god, he did it.
the sense of connectedness of the theater where everybody fucking went apeshit and nobody was mad at anybody for being loud or talking
Mm-mm.
was amazing.
No.
And the fact that they led up to that, I think it was like was it Age of Ultron when they were fucking around at the party and they're like, who can pick up my hammer? And Thor's like, haha. And fucking Steve wiggled that bitch and Thor was just like, hey, yo, like his face was like, hey,
motherfucker.
yeah, you can't pick it up either, motherfucker. Yeah. That shit, the determination
could.
to never quit, to be that guy to make the play, to do whatever it takes to the last breath, to fight for what was right. Again, comic book wise, like they just wrote him to be the perfect person. And I get how people be like, oh, he has no flaws. He never this, that. I don't give a fuck at this point. He was that dude. His determination allowed enough time for Doctor Strange to do what he needed to do. So when you heard that on your left and everybody came out, that's what gave the world a chance to fucking win. He could have laid out and not got up and got Mjolnir. He could have been like, bro, this is too much for me. I can't do it. Shield is broken. I'm broken. I'm looking. He called his forces in. It's just me against these motherfuckers. You know, you got to kill me in order for me to stop. And he didn't. And that's what let us win. So I got to give it the Cap. I know Black has a different opinion, maybe? Question mark?
No, my opinion is the same. And it's Cap. And it's really for the it's what you guys laid out also. Thanos has 5 of the 6 stones in his gauntlet. And everybody's fighting. He gets the Cap. Like he swings at Cap. Cap catches that shit.
Yeah, he does.
And Thanos even looks at him like,
Who the fuck is this?
What
fuck?
the fuck? That was
The
the
fuck
best.
he on?
The fuck is he on?
Like that shit was like legendary to me. And then Mjolnir, of course, in the Endgame, like he's been the glue throughout the MCU. He was the glue that held the team together.
Mm-hmm.
When they first formed the Avengers, he was the one that kept the strategy together, made sure everybody moved how they needed to move. Even in Civil War, when they did the Sokovia Accords, when everybody had a problem with it, his reasoning was actually really valid.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want people's identity to be out there in the public for everyone to see, because he knew that it would be trouble for those behind the mask. So I think that in itself, him going through everything, by the way, he was frozen for 70 years and then coming out and then trying to have to figure out his life in a modern world, adjusting to that,
Mm-hmm.
and still thriving, still being Cap, never losing who he was. Even his protection of Bucky, right? Like he knows, like that's my friend, but he had his brain taken over. That's not actually him.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like his reasonings were very valid, whether you agree with them or not. Yeah, Tony Stark's parents died, but this guy's brain was taken over, right? So he had the sense of mind to where, like, I'm gonna protect my friend because A, he's my friend, and B, like a foreign agent is actually controlling him. So I'm sorry he did that, but that's not the guy that I know he is. And then had the sense enough to be like, I'm gonna take him to Wakanda because I know they can fix him. You know what I mean? Like, brought him to Wakanda, and then that was one of the more pivotal moments in Avengers Infinity War, right? Because he knew about Wakanda because he brought Bucky there, and that was one of the focal points where they lost, but they made a better stand than they would have anywhere else. And just him having that presence of mind to be like, all right, this is my strategy. This is how we're going to get everything done, right, in the long run. And have the presence of mind to be the guy to put the stones back in their places. Now, whether on the other side of that you agree like he should have came back or not, right? That was his thing. He earned that. He earned everything that he got in the end. And for me, that's what makes him the best Avenger in my mind.
Well, Eric pointed out too that I don't want to interrupt anybody, but in the Age of Ultron, when they're all sitting around having drinks trying to pull up Mjolnir, like if you couldn't lift Mjolnir, you wouldn't be able to budget. And like Eric pointed out, I think that Cap had too much respect for Thor to actually
To break
lift
his
it.
ego. Yeah.
Exactly. Because like I said before, Thor had an ego, much like Tony. Like they both had like some egotistical issues. But I don't think he would lift it. But I think that's why it made it so much more meaningful when you saw that in Endgame is because, all right, hats off. I gotta pick this shit up and save my bros.
Right.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know.
And even Thor was like, I knew it. I
He's
knew
yeah,
it.
exactly. Thor knew it. You saw his face. He's like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like Thor knew. Thor knew what that meant.
Right.
He did.
Right.
So
So speaking of all them things, like everybody has their favorite, and we were kind of talking about it, like big goosebumps moments from the previous phase of MCU, or maybe it was probably one of these newer movies that gave you goosebumps. Starting with Jen, what is your favorite moment that you like? I think everybody agrees, like, you know, the picking up of Mjolnir in Endgame, like everybody was just like, "Ugh," like, right. Was there any other moment where you're just like, this is fucking epic? You know, like this is superhero shit.
I never get tired of watching it. Is train scene. You have Wanda and Vision, you have Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive, and you just see Captain America show up between the trains. And that, I don't care how many times I've seen it. That movie's been out for a while. Anytime I see it, I get fucking goosebumps. I'm just like, oh, Captain America's over there. Oh my God. Every time. Because I'm telling you, as powerful as all four of those people are,
Mm-hmm.
like, you remember when he fucking catches his
Oh!
spear in Proxima Midnight? Like, oh shit, he caught my spear. It's like, yeah, that's right, bitch. He just caught your spear.
Yeah, bitch, it's on. What's up?
It's on. It's on like Donkey Kong.
Nice talk.
You know. I know.
Playing catch with a fucking powerful alien being. Like, ooh, hey. Had some heat on that one, didn't you?
I'm gonna throw it back.
Yeah.
Let's play catch.
Ooh.
Let's play catch.
Awesome.
My ultimate favorite.
All right, what about you, Tay?
So I'm kind of like a nostalgia type person. So when Tony Stark came out and said that he was Iron Man, how did he say it? In his press conference, he said, I am Iron Man, right? So when he did the snap and you hear him say, I am Iron Man as the closer, that gave me goosebumps because it was the beginning and the end of his story, and just the character arc. And you might have heard it when I talked about Snape, you know, in the previous episodes of Queens of Nerdom, but just I am a big nerd for character arc, and Tony Stark's character arc, as we saw with possibly calling him one of the worst Avengers, but him having this amazing redemption because he did sacrifice himself, and that gave me goosebumps. That's mine.
Hell yeah.
What you got, Black?
That was a good pick.
So mine is very simple. On your left.
Which one?
That was awesome.
The second one.
Both?
So
No?
when you think all is lost and you know they've done all they can, you hear it and it's like on your left, and then you see all the portals opening up and everybody comes out. I'm like, hell yeah. And then Avengers Assemble.
Yeah.
And then kicks that shit off. That's ultimate goosebumps for me.
Do you know, fun fact, I don't know if you guys know this, do you know that when Chris Evans is in New York, he'll text Avengers Assemble and they all get together and hang out?
Stop it.
That's cool.
That's amazing.
Was it the guy that plays Coulson told somebody that? Somebody fact checked me, but yeah, he goes like, I had a text message and it was from Chris Evans. It says assemble. He's like, what? And they all got together to like a karaoke place or some shit and like hung out and like had drinks. And like, so they actually like do that stuff together.
Goals. Getting the MCU.
Right?
That karaoke had to be epic.
I don't care how I got to do it. Just get me in there.
It's all Taylor Swift.
I got so many. I would say more recent, like post Endgame, goosebump moment was Spider-Man No Way Home, where all the Spider-Men they come together and they do the pose on
Yeah.
Was it not them like saying like When he said, "Hey,
Bro,
Peter," and then they all just like
a
pointed
funny
at each other.
moment. That was a funny moment. I was like, you know, you had to put that shit in there. You know, you had to put that shit. But when they all jumped out and then they all did the pose on the statue, I was just like, ooh, the more Spider-Man, the fucking bit. Like Spider-Man is slowly becoming like the one of my more favorite Marvel characters. With the whole
Yeah.
Spider-Verse thing, like learning about the different spiders,
Mhm.
different like shout out to Sony for what they're doing with the Spider-Verse and the Miles Morales thing. That's what kind of had me going that way. But
Mhm.
bringing Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire in to this one, I just knew I was going to have a nostalgia moment when he saved MJ. And like, bro, I almost cried because like I could feel he's just like, if only I could have done this, you know, for
Last time.
you know.
Yeah.
Look at Tay, she about to cry. No, I'm playing. She talking to AD, but bro, when he saved and she was
Seriously.
like, "Thank you," and he was crying, like she was looking at him like, "What the fuck is wrong with this dude?" Like, if you only knew
You
what this
okay?
person went through in his world
Yeah.
to save you, like it because like um
It's like a
Peter
redemption,
was
you
trying
know?
Mhm.
fucking Tom Holland was
Yeah.
trying to go save her, and Goblin was like, "Psych, nope," you know, and then it was just like, well, fucking Zendaya's about to die, and then
Damn.
Andrew Garfield was like, "No, I can save you." That caught me in the feels,
Oh,
but see,
had chills.
I will say that all of your examples were like each time you guys were talking about, I got goosebumps. But the part
Mhm.
that got me is when Battle for Wakanda, you know, Cap's out there. He doesn't have his shield. He has the little Wakanda little deflectors and shit. And they're like, open the gates. And they're like, all right, gates are open, frontal assault, and Wakanda forever. And he puts his claws down and the shield comes and he starts booking it, right? And we know T'Challa's about that action. And Captain America starts booking
Mhm.
out, and you get the overhead shot of both of them
Oh yeah.
running out there
Yeah.
ready for the fucking smoke, man. And I'm just
Mhm.
like, damn it, bro. Like the fact that they're just like T'Challa has the vibranium, so he's kind of protected to an extent. You know, he still has the superhuman strength from the purple herb. But like Captain America just going out there just with the little shield things and his beard, like just fucking I'm out here with you. Like I'm out here defending your land, just you know,
Mhm.
because I'm about that action. The last part I want to say that gave me goosebumps is when Wanda sees Thanos, and Wanda's just like, bro, you took everything from me.
Yes.
And he's like, I don't even know who you fucking are. She's like, oh, but you about to find out.
You about to fucking
You
find
will.
out.
Thanos was like, oh my god,
Dude.
what the rain?
Make it rain.
Make it rain!
Please,
This bitch about to fuck me
for
up!
We
the
gonna kill
love of
us. Nah, fuck that.
get this bitch off of me. He was like, yo,
Fuck that. Let it
if
go.
we rain fire, we're all. He was like, I give no fucks.
I don't fucking care.
Kill 'em
Bitch
all.
is ripping the armor off of my skin. The
Dude,
and that was a glimpse at what Wanda was capable of if she was in her emotions at that
So-
point. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
she is a Nexus level being.
Yes. And Thanos
She's
found out.
an Omega mutant.
Yep.
Thanos is nothing to her.
She's like, "Man,
Nothing.
This kind of feels like this kind of feels Infinity Stone level string. Well, what's going on with this bitch over
Yeah.
here? Like that
Oh,
plus some
let me
extra
just-
shit, you know? That
Yeah.
bro, like the fact that she could have ended this war. Like she could have literally
Mhm.
stopped Thanos. Like if she
Mhm.
was on Titan,
Mhm.
fucking rap.
Game over.
That was a rap.
Yep.
You know,
100%.
and for Thanos to be like, I am willing to sacrifice my whole army to get this broad off of me. that in and of itself, that's when people be like, oh man, it's in the MCU, they're just bringing all these women in. I'm just like, do you not know how powerful fucking Wanda is right out? You know what I'm saying? Like they're like,
Yeah.
have y'all not watched X-Men? Do y'all not know what Jean Grey was capable of? And then when she be like, not the Fox movie, the Dark Phoenix, that shit.
No.
But like, if you just knew how powerful Phoenix was, if you knew how strong Rogue was, if you knew how powerful Storm is, like, quit acting like they're just throwing these women in here to pander. Like, these women can wreck fucking shop.
They
Like,
can fuck
if
shit
they
up.
wanted to, they can
Hell
fuck the
yeah.
world up, but they're
can.
good. So
Right.
just be thankful that they're on the side of good.
Well, that's the thing that I prefer Marvel over DC. I don't shit on DC,
Right.
but the thing that I prefer with Marvel is that they're not all uber powerful. They all work as a team.
Mm-hmm.
They all have weaknesses, but there's always someone there to fill up the space
Mhm.
that you're weak
Mhm.
on. And the fact that they have women that fill in those gaps is very validating for me.
Mhm.
Like, granted,
Right.
on the flip side, you can look at DC and Wonder Woman has gone head to head with Superman several times, and I think they're probably even as far as like who wins and who loses. But I don't. Somebody said it. I don't need somebody that's like uber powerful. I think Willie, I think you said it. Like Superman's almost too powerful.
Right.
Like sometimes their characters get like too over the top. You're like, really, dude?
They have to
Everybody
throw a
does that.
MacGuffin
Like,
in
it's
there. Like, they were just like,
Right.
fuck. This random ass material that falls to Earth that's super rare, but every
Yeah.
villain happens to have it, is what weakens Superman. Like, bitch, kryptonite is
Oh,
all over the place,
really?
apparently.
Kryptonite.
I know. Good luck, Superman.
Oh
But
shit!
that was not the
Give me a
kryptonite
Put
kryptonite
your ass
riding
down.
ring, bro. So
Shit, you got one too. Fuck.
But the fact that I always identify with Marvel characters more is because they're not perfect. They have flaws. They have
Right.
things that I identify and I see in myself, but you have a teammate, whereas, I have friends that whereas I'm weak somewhere, not to get like all heavy and shit, but they lift me up where I'm weak. And I think that's why Captain America, again, to come full circle, is he sees that in people, and he that's how he knows how to make a good strategy, because he knows what you're good at, he knows what you're not good at, and he knows how to formulate a plan and an assault based on that, and that's what makes a good leader.
It's
Yep.
called CRM, crew risk management.
Uh-oh.
Right?
Oh shit!
There's a whole lesson on it. It's in the syllabus.
Same.
But yeah, 100% ditto to Jen, to piggyback off of Jen. 100% facts that, like, it's really great to see the humanized factor in superheroes, and to realize that they mess up too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's why Spider-Man's always been my favorite. Sorry.
No. Honorable mention. I just thought about that for Goosebump Moments. The
Yeah.
first Avengers movie, when you get that first camera pan around them, when they're, all, and like Black Widow
In New York?
her
Yeah.
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
the Hulk
And they
roar,
have those like
they're
large
playing
things.
the Avenger theme, and I'm just like, oh, superhero fucking orgasm. Like, because they had the opportunity to do this before with X-Men, like fighting as a team, your
Yep.
superpowers. You never saw that. Like, when they were fighting and Iron Man was shooting his blaster, and then he shot it at Captain America, who used his shield to reflect it around, and then I'm just like, look at the fucking combos and the teamwork off the rip. Like, they just looked at each other, and like, he looked at Captain America and shot a fucking laser at him, because he knew Captain America was going to put that shield up and deflect the laser around it. I'm just like, this is a team. Like, we're watching X-Men, X2, X3. You got none of that. None of the teamwork. They're in the danger room for like 8 hours practicing, and you never see the team aspect of the X-Men. So that's why when
So-
Avengers
True.
dropped and you saw,
That.
look at this superhero team doing superhero team shit. Huh.
So with the way that the cinematic universe, or just like filmography, has like evolved to what it has to this date, right? With the Marvels mid-credit scene, right? Do you think that we are going to get
Goosebump
there
moment for me.
with X-Men and Marvel together?
Yes.
Yes.
Papa
Really?
Kevin,
Yes.
you see what it is.
My man, listen, My man is playing chess out here. He is. And I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again, loud and clear, so we're clear, so there's no issues. James Gunn could fucking never. Don't get it in your mind that it's gonna happen. He can fucking never. The man's out here playing. He's playing a long game, bro. He's been playing that shit for 10
You got to
years.
give James a chance. I need to see what he does.
Nah.
I need to see what he does.
Nah.
Is it? Listen, this is where I'm at. If you're going into a James Gunn relaunch DCU and your expectations are anywhere above, give me a decent movie, you're fucking up. You're fucking up. You got to go in with low expect. This is how I handle life, ladies and gentlemen. Expect the worst. That way, when the worst happens, you're like, yeah, I figured.
Yeah, I guessed it.
But when it's better, you're just pleasantly surprised. Oh shit! All right, that was what's up. You know, the first James Gunn movie, I'm gonna go watch it in theaters. Like everything else that's coming
Me too.
out,
I'll give it a chance.
Anything DCU now or it's straight. I'm waiting till HBO Max. James Gunn has it because I like Peacemaker. I like what he's doing with that. Like Peacemaker was good. I love the Peacemaker. So we'll see what happens. Superman Legacies. The cast looks good. I'm gonna give it a shot. Again, Superman is not my cup of tea. If Jedi was here, he'd probably have a conniption because that's his boy. But my thing is, Batman is being done right. Batman is my favorite DC comic hero.
Is this version of the Batman gonna be in his
No,
version of DC?
Rob Pattinson is the director already said this shit is its own thing. Like he has the trilogy. He's working that. James Gunn is doing some other shit right now.
So a new Batman?
Okay.
Another one?
I don't know if he's relaunching
That's
Batman. Like that's his plan. I don't know how he's going to do it because the Batman that we got with this last movie is what I want. The detective aspect, the gritty hand-to-hand combat, the him putting fear into it, like that's what I want. I loved it. The Riddler.
See,
oh my god, well,
perfect,
well done. Perfect. I am scared because when I saw the Joker silhouette, I'm like, please, there's so many other rogues in Gotham. You guys did a show about it. The Queens, like, there's so many other villains you can. Yeah. I would love to see. I would love to see.
Hush.
Hush is dope. Mr. Freeze is probably after the Joker, probably my favorite.
Give me Mr.
Favorite.
Freeze.
Because I can get behind you. I'm just like, I'm trying to save my wife. Y'all out of here won't let me save my wife. I'm going to kill everybody till I save my wife. He on that Star-Lord shit. You know what I'm saying?
They're coming out with the Joker too. I don't know if you guys saw it, but EJ was actually talking about it.
I'm not really excited about it.
I love Joaquin Phoenix in the first Joker. I liked because I'm the type of person, and if Rob was here, you know, he's 100% against it. He's true to the comics. He wants that. Jedi is the same way. I tried to tell him. I'm just like, I'm all for retelling stories because one, these are fiction, right? Like Joker's not a fucking autobiography. So just tell it.
There's no origin actual story of Joker. There's no origin story.
Right.
Tell it in a way that can appeal to, and the way it was written, like that's why it won Academy Awards. I think Joaquin Phoenix won like Best Actor that year. It won Best Cinematography. Like it was well done, and it was a nice piece on how the world can fucking break somebody down like that. Everybody's like, all you had to do was watch Falling Down with Michael Douglas. Like that's cool. That's a good movie too from back in the day. But this was very well done. And the fact that at the end, you don't know if the movie happened, and then he's talking to the doctor at the end, like laughing, and she's like, what's so funny? You wouldn't get it. Like if that all happened in his head, or if he really did that shit and he's just thinking back on it. Like that whole movie was well done to me.
Yeah.
But you could see his mind splitting in that movie. Like I thought that's what was interesting about it.
Like you can root for the villain. Like the world is assholes, bro. Fuck them.
It's kind of like more like an anti-hero movie, kind of.
Yeah, it's like this is what happens when you push me to that. I already got problems, bro. Like
now I'm
trying
done.
to deal with this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all just keep kicking and kicking and kicking, and eventually I'm gonna kick back
Bro, like,
Well,
on live
bro,
TV.
you took my sign and you beat my ass with it. Like, I gotta fuck somebody up. Like, how
the
many
spinny
times
sign.
do you get kicked before you kicked back? Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
like now, granted, he kind of went. Well,
He
the
went.
best
He
part
went.
of that
He went
movie
to the
is when
extreme.
he was like at the children's hospital and he was doing the clown shit, and the gun slid across the floor. And he picked that bitch up and he was like,
Sorry.
"You guys didn't see that, did you?"
Sorry,
I
Fred.
ain't see that. Mm.
Yeah. That gun slid across. He picked it up like, "Oop!" All the kids were just like, "What the fuck?"
What's that? It's a Nerf gun.
Hey
That's
man,
like-
you gotta protect yourself in these streets.
Don't worry.
It's these
They're like,
streets, man. I get
yeah,
you.
"You're fired, bro." For what? Like, bitch, you got a whole gun in
Get
the
the fuck out of
hospital.
the hospital.
It's fine. But you know that's always been the problem that I have had with DC. Again, I don't shit on DC. I like them.
Mhm.
There's characters I absolutely adore, but they like already you have the Batman with Pattinson that people absolutely adore. They're not going to be a part of the mainstream story that James Gunn is going to do. Whereas you see Marvel and everything flows from the first movie from Robert Downey Jr. doing Iron Man, and then you have these like side stories of like, you know, TV series, and it all ties into the story.
Mhm.
I wish DC would do something like that. They deserve it.
Mhm.
That's
They do.
James Gunn.
They
They
do.
really
job.
do.
And that's why they picked him up.
Yeah.
They were just like, and it's what everybody's been saying since DC started. Just do what they're doing. Like, nobody's going to come at you
Yeah.
and be like, "You copycats, we want that." We want
Right.
you to do that.
My issue with James
Yeah.
Gunn is that it's not that I don't think he'll make a good movie, because he's shown that he can make good movies. It's the tying of everything together. I don't know, because he's not proven. Like, even with the Guardians movies, right? Like, there's not really continuation in the Guardians movies, and they don't really tie in to the MCU as a whole. They're kind of like their own standalone movies in the long run, right? So that's what I'm looking for out of him. I right now reserve my opinion to say I don't think he can do that shit. I can be proven wrong. I hope I am.
There you go. Keep
But
expectations.
I hope I am proven wrong. But right now I don't see it. The track record don't say like he's good at tying shit together. Now, will the movies be dope? Absolutely. Like with Peacemaker, I think that series is incredible. I do. But overall, tie this to something and show me that you can do it.
Like, I thought the first Suicide Squad movie was good, but the one James Gunn did, the second one, I didn't like that as much.
I didn't like either.
That too.
I will say that is probably like John Cena as Peacemaker is probably the best thing John Cena has done in Hollywood.
Agreed. Yeah.
And that's
agreed.
saying something. With like, bro, just be a fucking dumbass. And you know, and the thing about it is, Vigilante stole season 1 of Peacemaker for me. Is that his name? Old buddy that went to fucking prison to fuck up his dad because his dad was racist and he don't like racists. Like,
Yeah.
bro, this is the arc for me in this season. Like, you know, Vigilante was the one that
Get
stole
it
it for
done.
me, you know, but
Yeah.
John Cena as Peacemaker, I'm like, bro, this is the best thing John Cena has done outside of WWE.
Yeah. I like Eric said,
Agreed.
maybe he'll be able to pull James Gunn, maybe he'll pull something off, because I forgot that he kind of like got handed like a garbage smoking bowl of shit
Right.
with the Suicide Squad movie, and then he like, here, fix it.
Right.
So maybe he can. I mean, I'm not bashing him or anything. Like, I like James Gunn movies. I just wasn't impressed with that Suicide Squad movie, but maybe he will be able to pull it off. Maybe he has some vision where he can.
How do you guys
I don't
feel
know.
about Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn? Are we like over that now, or we want to continue to see her play Harley Quinn?
I want somebody that plays a more original Harley Quinn. And that's me. Like the original outfit, the whole getup. Like I am not crazy about her outfit that she wears. That's just me.
I think it's just overdone at this point. Like I think when she was just in certain movies, but when they gave her her own movie, like constant overdose of Margot Robbie trying to do that accent, trying to be silly. I'm just like,
Her voice is annoying to me.
you know, like her scenes in like Suicide Squad, like it was cool, like because it wasn't too much on her. But like when they gave her Birds of Prey, like first, like if you know what Birds of Prey is, like it shouldn't be just focused on Harley Quinn. Huntress,
That was okay.
Right. There was some dope
Yeah.
characters that
Huntress,
needed
like
stories.
Yeah.
she needed her. Like if they just broke it down, like gave Huntress her own movie, gave Black Canary
Mhm.
her thing, and then they kind of formed into Birds of Prey. That would have been better instead of just making it a Harley Quinn movie featuring
You should.
Birds of
Yeah.
Prey. Like, come on, man! Like, don't do them like that.
Right.
Well, that's exactly what you're talking about. There's a missed opportunity for building a background, and that's what Marvel did. They built they built a foundation
Mhm.
to grow from. Like you could have had that, and then you had Birds of Prey, and you would have been more vested in the other
Valid.
characters.
Very valid.
Like
Just like with the
I like
Marvels. Like they
yeah.
led up to the Marvels with the Disney Plus movies, like or the shows. Like if you didn't watch those and just went to the movie and watched, who the fuck is this? Who the like? Please just
Huh?
watch the supporting documents before you just jump into this shit, right?
For my
Yeah.
last email.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
who's
exactly.
this chick? Like, bro, there's like a
Thank
whole
you.
fucking series about Miss Marvel, and then you get to this. This is who this is. Who's this black chick? Did you watch WandaVision? Did you want like, bro? This the
Yeah.
fact that Marvel has the Disney Plus platform to kind of give you the backstory before they hit you with movies is amazing. A lot of people are over it. They're just like, oh, it's
Yeah.
overdose, and I'm just like, well, cool. You don't have to watch the movie. I'll watch it. Other people will watch it. It'll still make money. Like I don't care what
Mhm.
superhero fatigue. Y'all call it what you want. Marvel is like Black said. They're playing chess. Marvels didn't make as much as like an Endgame or something. Like, bro, no movie is going to make Endgame money until the last movie of the next big
Right.
arc. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
That was like an accumulation of like 15
That's
years
You
of
literally
movies
have to
almost.
build it back up.
Seriously?
Yeah.
And people
Right.
forget that. Well, Endgame made this
Right.
much. This movie only made this much. Like, no fucking shit, bro. Like, you knew Black Widow wasn't going to make a lot because you already know Black Widow's dead. Like, what's Black Widow origin
But
story? Like,
people
you know, but it still
Yeah.
made money, but it didn't make in-game money. So people look at that as a failure. And I'm just like, that's not a failure.
But for me, I really like Black Widow's character. So those people that really like that character really appreciated that movie.
Right.
Getting more like it's almost like reading a novel and getting a novella about a side character. And you really appreciate it because you like that character so much. Bring it down to my original nerddom of being a book nerd. I'm like, I always appreciate those side novellas about the other characters I think are really important. And that's something that the comics do. And that's something that Marvel is excelling at. Whereas like I really liked Wanda and Vision's relationship and like going granted, I know it was like a continuation, but going and seeing like their relationship in WandaVision, to me, I really wanted to see that. I know they kind of like alluded to like the House of M sort of, but I was here for it. Like I'm here to watch that stuff. Yeah.
100%. So I'm just, you know,
Okay.
I for one am not capable of getting superhero fatigue. I'm just a big kid at heart, and
Hell yeah.
if you can put that on the big screen, that's what I want to see. You know, the bigger the better. I do ask that some kind of quality be taken, some kind of care be put in, because I'm not trying to see shit like The Flash. I saw that on Max, and I was just like, I'm glad I waited for it to come out on Max. The CGI was so bad, and I understand like it. CGI costs a
Absolutely.
lot of money, and it takes a lot of time. Not knocking any of the graphics people, who the special effects guys. I know effort gets put in, but I know a lot of movies are requesting CGI stuff, and they're not getting time in between. It's a lot of things going on in Hollywood, but I'm just like, that past quality, that past QA, that past screenings, like people were looking at this baby scene, like, oh yeah, that's good. That looks legit. Let's put that out there. Like, come on, guys. Like, DC, you're shooting yourself. Like, and I'll ask this: is anybody looking forward to seeing this Aquaman movie? Like, is anybody?
I was just about to ask that. No.
Fuck no.
Oh wow.
I'll wait for it when it's free.
Yeah, there you go. And
They better release the same day.
Go watch
Nope.
that.
I
No.
feel so bad.
But-
Like,
I was interested up until so I was like watching it and I was like, okay, well maybe they can make this into something, because I wasn't seeing Amber Heard in it.
right.
And then they showed her and I was like,
Eh.
cool, I'm just gonna wait. Like, I don't know why you showed her in the
Done.
trailer, but you did what you did, and thank you for letting your viewers
Done.
know.
Right.
But I have no
Desire
interest
to see it in
really
theaters.
now.
Yeah.
So, Willie, to piggyback on what you were saying with these superhero movies, so look way back into the past. 1993, Super Mario Brothers movie. You had, what was it?
Black just
John
disappears.
Hoskins. Black, where'd you go?
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm out. Fuck this. So, go back to 1993, Super Mario Brothers with John Leguizamo and was it John Hopkins? Or I can't remember his name.
Bob
Playing Mario and Luigi. Hopkins. That was the superhero movies that we grew up with.
Mhm.
So to be at the age I am now and to see these movies that are being made, I wholeheartedly agree with you. I am here for every superhero thing that they put out, because my hope is that they will make more.
Mhm.
I love it. I love seeing stuff on the screen, and it's good quality and good story. I'm down for that.
I will has the Marvels been out long enough for us to talk about this mid-credit scene or no? Oh, have you seen the Marvels? Like, I'm about to fuck shit up for Jen. Let me be quiet.
I would say yeah.
Do it. You're good. Do it. Do it.
Bro,
Go for it.
I geeked out.
Do it.
I geeked out big time.
Go ahead.
I geeked out so bad.
I want to hear it.
I lost my shit.
Screamed in the middle of the theater. It was dead ass quiet, and I was like,
On.
"Oh shit,
Let me
it's
It's on
I was like, "Yo!"
up for everybody here.
Yeah, sorry.
Because bro, I was just like, if
It's fucking happening.
once you got the news that MCU or Disney bought the rights to X-Men, and you're just like, all right, now we get to see it done
Please
right.
God.
And they give you the first taste of
Please
this
God.
is X-Men over here. And I saw my man Frazier, aka Kelsey Grammer, back in the Beast shit, and I was like, here we go.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Yes, girl.
I was like,
Wait, tell me what happened. Tell me what happened.
Oh, hold on.
Wait, tell me what happened.
Hold on, I'm bringing it up.
I haven't seen it. I want to see it.
Willie's getting it for you. Hold up.
roll that beautiful bean footage.
Oh, no.
Prepare yourself.
I can't believe I haven't watched this. I'm dumb.
I think this is like somebody trying to break it down, and I want.
You just want the screen.
I just want the
I
scene.
want the raw footage.
Yeah, I just want the scene.
It was beautiful. It was magnificent.
I know somebody.
Literally, AD was sitting right next to me, and I think little girl screamed, and the people all around us were like, "What is she screaming about?" And I'm like, "It's Beast."
You don't even fucking know.
Learn you something.
I was like, have you never watched X-Men? Like, what are you doing right now?
Well,
Was
it
that in
was.
the
I was
90s?
like that. I was like that during Multiverse. Was it Multiverse of
That
Madness,
was
or was
early
that No Way
2000s.
Home? No, it was Multiverse of Madness when they did the Illuminati and Professor X was there.
Jesus Christ, why are you yelling at me, man?
Holy shit!
Right.
Rude.
He came in hot.
Hold that thought, Black. I want to hear it.
Oh my.
Aw, bitch.
Why did they mute this thing? Look at this.
They got copyrighted.
Down, yeah,
Copy-
man.
copyright?
We're gonna try and find it for you, girl. We gonna find. Oh, this one.
You can give me a play-by-play too. That's cool too.
Oh my god.
Oh, we got some British accents going on.
Hello, guys. Let me show you what's going on today.
Oh my god.
What? Not sure what that was.
Bro, yeah, nobody's.
It's a random ass PS5.
Nobody who is like, and I'm just looking at the dark web. Like, bro, somebody has this.
Ooh.
I know somebody brought a phone in there.
Dormammu's domain. My horns are crooked.
But yeah, so this is a steal from it, right? So you, oh my god.
They've got Beast on there.
Yeah, so like when she woke up and like the camera panned around and you see Beast. Let me show this next screen. Like the theater, like it was one of them, like everybody just was aghast, like X-Men are here. Rejoice, you know. X-Men
Do
are
you remember that scene in Deadpool 2 where he's like, "You guys got no other like superheroes around? No other X-Men? You guys couldn't
I
find
know.
it?" So this was
Bird, I
literally
love it.
like what made me laugh
Hold on, I got it.
watching this scene.
Hold on. So this was her waking up, and then of course there's your boy, and there's her mom who is playing binary in the movie. So you actually got the video?
Yeah, hold on.
All right.
Let me make sure this works.
Because yeah, I've been trying to
If it
find
does,
it,
then I'll
and YouTube is pretty, you know, like Disney is no slouch when it comes to finding somebody fucking with their shit. Them and Nintendo, they don't fuck around with no shit, bro. They will be like,
And the Scientology. That's what they're
at
like.
all. All right, I got it.
Don't come after me.
don't come after me.
Yeah, I said the Scientology. I
I'll
said,
send
don't
you-
come
I'll
after
send you
me.
the,
God.
Yeah,
Tom
like-
Cruise is on his way to your house right now.
It's a long drive now. I don't live in Florida anymore. Come on,
Bro,
Tom.
he hangs on the side of fucking C-17s. Have you seen Mission Impossible? Like, this man does everything.
Oh, God. He's such.
I'm like, bro, you would have fell. Like, he's just like, your finger strength is
Not that.
well, bro. Like,
You're no ninja warrior, sir.
trying to climb up a ledge. Ow.
I need a band-aid.
The bad guys got away, guys. Like, I'm not hanging here playing.
He's
Medic.
wearing flesh tone
All right, check
gloves.
private chat.
So-
Huh? Oh.
I don't want
There's
to.
a
I don't want to
Russian
share it because
website that'll let you watch it. Okay, Eric.
Hold on. Me.
You did some unsavory deals to get access to the dark web, Black? No, don't sell yours. Is that where your gallbladder went, bro? You had to sell it to the dark web to get
Stop
access.
it.
yeah,
Fuck.
Hey,
went to the dark hole.
hey, DFP had been doing this for y'all, man. Don't you forget that.
I sold my organ for you.
I didn't need it, so I
Just
sold
love.
it.
I didn't need it until I sold it. Oh, I guess I do need that.
Oh shit! Can I have that back?
In
Order.
theory, yeah.
All right.
No.
Hindsight, I actually kind of miss
For
it.
the whole popcorn bag and everything.
Here we go.
There's a popcorn. Ed, what's going on?
Not in that universe.
Nope, he is alive and thriving.
Remember
And
multiverses
as you can see,
where like people have died, but in the other multiverse, like the people are alive?
they still alive. It's like that movie, The One. They just get more powerful.
But yes, so when that
So-
popped off, we were just like, it's like I've
Ooh.
seen with my eyes. X-Men are in the MCU now, so
Yep, they're in the fucking mansion.
It happened.
Is where they are.
it's a thing.
So, do you think it's Patrick Stewart or do you think it's James McAvoy? Charles.
Well, that beast
What's your gut
is
tell you?
Patrick Stewart, right? Correct me if I'm
Yeah.
wrong, but that's
Huh?
Patrick
Because
Stewart beast.
that's Patrick Stewart.
I didn't see it.
Kelsey Grammer.
And so that's the older beast,
I would not be
the
upset
newer
if it
one.
was James McAvoy because I know Patrick Stewart is up there in age. I don't know if he's
Right.
tired of doing it. It was great seeing him in Multiverse of
The
Madness.
Multiverse of Madness, yeah.
But I don't know. I'd be open to some castings. I know these rumors are going around as far as Fantastic Four recasting and all that, but I don't know how far away that is from them putting which I would love a great Fantastic Four movie because we have not had.
Please, Kevin Feige.
We had not had it
Please
yet,
don't
and
fuck this up.
fight me if you are in here talking about the first two were great. They weren't.
There was 3, correct? Because they made a Fantastic Four, a Quicksilver.
We don't
and
mention
Punisher.
the third one.
What are you talking about? There was only 2 Fantastic Four movies. What are you?
You're right.
What other movie is she talking about, guys? I don't.
We don't do that
Shall
here.
not be named.
We do not do
It
that.
shall not be named.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But
I
it's
digress.
we're hitting about 2 hours, so we'll try to wrap this up. I will ask the queens. So we're coming to the end of the year over here over at DFP, and a lot of guys are wrapping this stuff up. A lot of shows are packing it up for the holidays. What do you two ladies have planned for us in the upcoming days, weeks, months?
Tay.
So tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we do have a Queens of Nerdom episode 7, the Wizarding World Deep Dive. And since I got an okay go from everybody here, we are also going to be doing a What If Season 2 wrap party January 6th.
Nice, because the episode listing did drop. So
It did.
do your homework before tuning into that deep dive or that review, because it's going to be good. So excited to see that. We will be tuned in tomorrow. Twitch, your YouTube, and the Facebook page, correct? Where you're
Yes, sir.
So no excuses for missing this, ladies and gentlemen. No excuses.
Yep, you got options.
I do have a teaser.
Ooh.
If I may.
Ooh, Jen, what you got?
So I'm not sure how many Uber nerds are out there, but we have in the works a role-playing game, old school tabletop style, that your one and only Eric, my better half, is going to be
in the house.
EJ in the house. He's going to be the dungeon or game master, if you will. And there's going to be a lot of fam bam that's going to be playing various parts. So keep an eye out for the ad for that.
Hashtag.
So that will be, I don't have a date yet, but I know it's going to be in January. So keep your eyes peeled for that one.
That will be more of a series, correct?
Yep.
Yes, that's going to be a long campaign. Long one.
I'm here for it. I'm excited.
Me too.
As am I. It's my first tabletop RPG, so I
Same.
can't get into it.
Me too.
Shout out to Jen and EJ. They have provided us all with our own very custom die. I have to pick mine up. I know both
really is.
and
It's right here.
Tay. Yeah, she has mine. So no big deal. I will be playing as a rogue. If you don't know what that is, wake the fuck up. It's probably the best class ever. We wear cloaks, stab people in the back. So
We'll all be on the lookout for you.
I'm on
I
your
will be
team.
the
Let's go. Cool. So we got a lot of things, and yeah, EJ's in the back. Shout out to EJ again. My man wrote. I don't think you guys all understand what goes on behind the scenes. Like, it's just not a you pick a character and we start playing. He has created detailed backstories for all of these characters that are in here. And shout out to Rob Gibbons, who will be joining us as well.
Yep.
He sent me my story. I'm super excited to do it. He did it for everybody. He's even going to the point where he is hiding the stories from his lovely wife Jen, so he doesn't even know what is going on. He's been doing this since 2000 and I know 2003 when we were in Baghdad. He's been creating these games, so 20 years of experience doing this stuff. So you know it's going to be a good time. Make sure to stay with DFPN. Trying to figure out how we're going to broadcast and disseminate this out to the people, but we do want everybody to get a look at this and see how much fun these games can be. Black is back with us. You got any announcements, big picture DFPN wise? Or are you saving that for DFPN news for the Patreon?
No, so there'll be more news coming, but tonight is actually my last show of the year, so I'll be packing it in and focusing on making 2024 a fresh start for everybody. Thank everybody for a great 2023. It was an amazing year. Us as a platform, we got a lot done this year. So kudos to the team for everything that you guys did. Mac, you personally, thank you for holding this shit down while I was out.
The struggle bus. Yo, no, it's shout out to these two, because when I be up here by myself, they be up here cutting up in the comments, making the shit.
Hell yeah!
It looks like a solo show, but it's I have co-hosts in the comments acting up. So
yeah, it's a team effort, man. But yeah, thank you for holding it together, and thank you guys for coming through tonight. This was awesome. But 2024, I know the Queens have their whole year planned out, which I'm excited to see how y'all execute it. I know No Gimmicks has got we're focusing on Philly for April of next year. WrestleMania is going to be our big thing that we're going to be focusing and working towards. We're starting to get a little traction in the group to have like a meet and greet with everybody that's in the No Gimmicks group, in addition to coming out to the East Coast. So we'll be focusing on that. I know the Breaking Down the Classics, they just worked on their logo intro, which is good shit. Kim's working on her stuff. E. Smitty's working on his stuff. So we got some good stuff coming for 2024. And I'm Pat and Cat coming at you with a new show. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting year, 2024. So we'll see what happens. A lot of the stuff I'm very, very excited to roll out. And yeah.
Super exciting stuff, man. Like, I love to see people succeed and grow in the network. I just love to see it. Y'all are doing the things, and it's just so enticing to watch.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I agree. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and wrap it up, but we'll come back because I do have the giveaway already lined up with all our Patreon. So Patreon members, stay tuned. The rest of y'all, when you see this on YouTube on Monday, you're not going to see this part, but we do thank you for tuning in. It's a very special thank you to the Queens of Nerdom for joining the show and joining the debate. Very, very, very good points taken. However,
great debate.
Me, I still think Star-Lord is absolute dog shit.
You aren't wrong.
And Peter Parker.
You're not wrong.
We went through this whole episode for you to add.
I don't
Still dog shit.
I don't think I cemented it before we moved forward. But I just if you don't remember anything else from this show, Mac, aka your boy. When I look at, and it's so bad when I see him in other movies, it makes me mad because of what he did as Star-Lord.
Oh, so you like Jurassic World?
No, like
Really? You dagging him,
No,
dude?
hell
I'm
no.
totally.
But I feel the same way about Benedict Cumberbatch. Just the name, his fucking name is
It's
just
probably
like
one of the dopest
Jesus.
names.
You have to be a fucking badass kid, bro. Like, the fuck out of here, Benedict Cumberbatch, you bitch.
Cumber bitch.
My bad.
You're like
That was
Benedict
too far.
If I
Cumberbatch.
had to
That's too
choose
far.
between Chris Pratt and Benedict Cumberbatch, I'd probably roll with
Say his name again. Say it one more time.
Cumberbatch.
That's
Benedict
you're fucking terrible.
Cumberbatch. Chris Pratt.
I mean, that's not better, but
An
Benedict
asshole.
Cumberbatch is like,
Why do you have two?
Go Pratt
who
yourself.
are you bringing to the
What do
party?
you have
Oh,
two
Benedict.
P's for?
Benedict Cumberbatch? Why the fuck are you bringing him? Where the fuck did you
How do
find
you
this
spell
guy?
your name? Pratt. What the fuck is this other T in your name for?
The
Bro,
aesthetic.
the fact that he rolled,
It's the aesthetic.
this man
Gotta roll
rolled with
the
his
T's.
real name to Hollywood, bro. Like,
Hey, he rolled to Hollywood with that name, and he's
he registered for a SAG card with his real Benedict Cumberbatch.
Is he not in movies?
Like, bro, you're gonna have to struggle. You're gonna have to struggle for a
Is he in
while.
movies?
He is.
All right.
Benedict Smith doesn't have the same ring to it.
Oh,
Though.
you're from England, bro. If you come over here from England and your name is not,
That furthers the point. Like, God,
Do you think his dad was like a Cabbage Patch farmer? So they're like, how about Cumberbatch?
his dad was like in the Royal
Sure.
Guard or something. He had to be.
What's your
Oh
name,
shit,
mate?
he's gonna kick my ass.
Benedict
Just
That had to be a
kidding. Just
fucking
kidding.
Fuck outta here,
Descendant of the
Benedict.
round table out here, bro.
Benedict.
He's a fucking
Fuck outta
descendant
here.
of the fucking.
But if you all don't know, he is Smog, like from The Hobbit.
Oh,
yeah, don't
Epic
talk to
dragon.
him. He was Sherlock, bro.
I am
Yes, he
fire.
was Sherlock
No,
before
the fuck
that.
you're not.
Yeah. So.
Sherlock, bro.
Do you guys see that Sherlock?
Yes.
Fuck, it was fucking badass.
Yeah, it
I love that
was.
show.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey, name me a show Chris
I have
Pratt was
not.
badass in. I wish I had
What's that one? they copy Edge of Tomorrow. What's that
Wait,
one?
thing.
You can hear the crickets outside. Hang on.
That one. That one. I hated that show so much. Boy, I fucking hated that show.
Oh, really? I'm trying to
good
think
in
of
Parks and
something that I
Rec.
enjoyed
Parks
him
and
in,
Rec,
and I
is that
just
what you were thinking about?
Parks
Yeah.
and Rec, he was funny as hell.
It's
I
not-
like Parks and Rec.
I don't like
It's
him
not
in that
because of
either.
him though.
That's what I'm
I didn't like him as Andy.
He was good in Mario Brothers. My kids liked it.
Because you didn't see his face.
Oh,
I only fuck with
savage.
Mario Brothers
So savage.
because of the Mario Kart scene. When they put that in the like, I was dead ass against not. I was like, I am not watching Chris Pratt. Fuck that. And then they put the Mario Kart scene in the movie. I was like,
Rainbow Road.
that mean?
Let's
you know, it's
go.
just like,
Okay.
I don't know.
And here I am dancing like.
Me, Brad.
I was like, look, they did the drift and he got the boost just like you do in the game. I love it. Blue Turtle Show, I fucks with that shit. I'm all for it. But
It's like, I remember you posting about that shit before about Mario Kart, Willie.
I hate bro. Me and Mario Kart love-hate relationship. That's the only reason I buy Nintendo systems. It's just like a new Nintendo game. I don't know. Mario Kart 9? Shit. Take my card. Just I'm tired of
I'm pretty
this
sure that's
Nintendo.
the first game that we got for the Switch was Mario Kart.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You got to do that.
Same.
You got to
Yeah.
do it
Same. It's only right.
Mhm.
every time. But yes, thank you, Queens, for stopping by. We don't want to keep you too late because we know you got to get ready for the next show tomorrow and all that stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 123. We bid you farewell till 2024, season 4 finale. As always, I am the homie Mac, aka your boy. This is my homegirl
And I am
Tay, and this is my homegirl Jen, and
bred like a king. Made us Kelvin Kately. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, have love, make sex, peace.
peace.
Welcome to the smoke pit. It's Friday night, come and take a load off. Come sit in the smoke pit, it's time for us to show off. It's been a long week, come relaxing, get some laughs in, and let's talk about these brackets. And while we at it, tell me whose man's is this? Cause I got questions, I'm hoping you can answer it. Get ready, cause you know we gon' talk a lot of shit. It's Mac and Mac, welcome to the smoke pit.